Thanks for joining us on week one of the high school football playoffs on Allstate Sugar Bowl Prep Football Roundup right here on WWL. Coach Lou Valvin, Alan Waddell, I'm the Esquire Brad Luminais. It's the 8 o'clock hour of the program, which means it's time for our Allstate Sugar Bowl interview of the week. This week, we got a guy that just played in the Sugar Bowl, actually played last year. He was the 2002 MVP of the Allstate Sugar Bowl. He is currently playing for the Buffalo Bills. Welcome into the program tonight, Terrel Bernard. All right, Terrel, thanks so much for joining us tonight, man. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me on.
So, look, I know you don't go into games thinking about individual stats, but let's talk about the 2002 All-State Sugar Bowl, the last one this past year. Baylor comes in, y'all defeat Ole Miss 21-7, and you are the MVP of that game, and you are the first defensive player to get the MVP honors of the Sugar Bowl since 2008. And actually, you finished that up 17 tackles on the night. That's the most by any player since Rod Smith from Notre Dame. He had 18 in the 92 Sugar Bowl. So I know you don't go in looking at individual stats, but after the game's over, y'all get the dub. How much of an honor is it when you sit back and let that soak in, the accolades that you were able to achieve that night?
Yeah, man. Like you said, I mean, you don't really go into a game or any situation like that, looking for any type of individual accolades. But now looking back on it and kind of reminiscing, it was probably one of the best moments that I had throughout my whole college career, and something that I'll be proud of, for the rest of my life, something that I'll be able to look back on and just have that gratitude and just be thankful for the opportunity to play in that game.
So, Terrel, that's actually not the first Sugar Bowl you got to play in, because you played in a Sugar Bowl in the 2020 season. It was an unfortunate loss to Georgia that year as a sophomore. And then you come off that sophomore campaign, junior year starting great. You're leading the team in tackles for losses, sacks, but then you get an injury and wind up missing the season. A little bit of adversity that year, your junior year. Everything seems to be going good. But with the injury, talk about how that, I guess, the adversity and the injury actually kind of helped you get better as a person, as a player, and then a standout senior season the year after that.
Yeah, for sure, man. That was definitely a tough time. Like you said, I was having a pretty good season up to that point, and had a lot of hopes and dreams for what was going to be after that year specifically. And then the injury happens, and you kind of sit back and look at things and take things, from a different angle. And like you said, I feel like, it gave me an opportunity to really assess myself and see what I was good at, what I wasn't good at, and then how to become a better teammate. And, that's really what I took from that and, applied that into my senior year. Awesome,
man. Well, look, after your senior year, I'm sure it's an honor that all kids dream of, that very few get to experience, but you get picked in the third round of the draft by the Buffalo Bills, and great program, winning streak right now, unparalleled. Seems like the Bills are going in the right direction. What was it like to get that call from the Bills and know that, man, the dreams are finally realized? I'm playing in the NFL and I'm playing with a good team.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Up to this point, it's been probably the best moment of my life. Just something that you've worked for since you were 6 years old, finally coming to fruition. And, just having the people around me, my family and my friends around me to experience that moment with me was, definitely special. And then, like you said, being able to come to a good team and, try to help contribute to do something special here. There's nothing really else that you can ask for. So, like I said, I'm blessed to be in this position that I'm in right now.
Well, Terrel, we all watch Hard Knocks, and you see the rookies got to get up there, and sometimes they got to say their college, sing the alma mater, sing a song, do a little dance. What was your kind of initiation this year during training camp?
Yeah, it was very similar. So they made most of the rookies get up and perform a show. So we did a skit from the movie, and then had to sing your alma mater song and all that type of stuff. So it was funny. It was fun though. The guys all enjoyed it, so we had a good time.
Tell our listeners a little bit about how I kind of say the game has changed a little bit. everybody always says that jump from high school to college is a big one. The jump from college to NFL is even bigger. The things that you've got to do now about getting yourself mentally and physically ready to play on Sunday. I know this past weekend y'all had a real tight game against the Jets, and you got a chance to be a big contributor in that game. But the time and the effort that you have to put in now in the NFL and how it's a job now.
Yeah, definitely. I think, luckily enough at Baylor, I had, a couple great coaching staffs that really got me prepared and, ready for this next chapter. And so I feel like I've been kind of in this mode and in this process for the last few years. But definitely, the mental aspect is another huge component once you get to this level. Everybody's a great player. Everybody, does similar things. So I think that slight edge is the mental aspect that can be, overlooked at times. So that's really the biggest thing that I would say from college to the NFL right now. It's just, always being sharp and make sure you're staying in your playbook and, knowing your assignments and doing your jobs and stuff. And then, the physical, your talents, and then what you work on every day, that'll show up. So
basically, you never get away from studying. You got to do it in high school. You got to do it in college. You got to study film. You're doing it again in the NFL, right?
Exactly right.
All our young players, I think it's all about playing and not about studying. They got a lot to learn, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, so look, man, speaking about studying and taking tests, everybody that comes on the show, we give them a little bar exam. So it's your turn to take the bar exam, but you're going to get off easy, all right? It's not 3 days. It's only going to be 60 seconds, and it's all true false, okay? So you ready for Brad's bar exam?
For sure, let's do it.
All right, man, 60 seconds on the clock. Let's roll. True or false? You graduated from LaPorte High School in Texas.
True.
Its mascot is the Bulldogs.
True.
Your college football number was 34.
That's false.
You had 2 100-plus tackle seasons at Baylor.
That is true.
In college, you tore your ACL.
That's false.
In college, you tore your labrum and fractured a shoulder.
That's true.
Your NFL football number is 43.
That's true.
You are taller than Josh Allen.
False.
The Bills Mafia are crazy people.
Very true.
Even though you played defense, you scored a touchdown in your first ever NFL game this preseason.
That's true.
That was actually the first touchdown scored this year by the Bills.
That's true.
In your spare time, you like to paint.
True.
All right, we're up against the clock. Last one. Your favorite song to sing at karaoke is Miss Me by Drake.
That is probably true, yeah.
All right, man. Look, we appreciate you jumping on with us tonight, Terrell. Great job playing in the Sugar Bowl. We hope you enjoyed the experience. Great job this past week against the Jets, getting in some excellent PT. Good luck to you the rest of the season and throughout the playoffs this year, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me on.
There you go. Terrel Bernard of the Buffalo Bills. He's number 43. You watch him. I credited him with a half sack on that last defensive stand by the Bills against the Jets this past weekend. Hey, well, look, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, though. We got more updates for you on week 1 of the playoffs right here. We're live in Covington at St. Paul's High School, and we're going to have more reports for you. We're going to have winning scores. We're going to have winning coaches. Stay with us. We're with you all the way to 10:30 tonight right here on WWL 870 AM. It's the Allstate Sugar Bowl Prep Football Roundup.